Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
We all know those GLP-1 injections work wonders, but that price tag almost gave me a heart attack when my insurance denied coverage. I was staring at a choice between paying my mortgage or paying for weight loss. Talk about a rock and a hard place. Then I found Elevate Health compounded semaglutide at just $58 with payment plans that don't require a second mortgage. Same medication, same results, but a price that real folks can actually afford. Visit joinelevate.com today. That's JOINELEVATE.com. Your wallet will be as happy as your waistline. This medication is not FDA approved.
Are you scouring the web for the best Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals? Stop it. Get Rakuten. Rakuten is a shopping sidekick that gets you cash back on gifts for everyone on your list. Right now, you can get up to 15% cash back at the stores you love. You can even stack cash back on top of the biggest sales of the year. That's savings on savings. It's more time shopping and less time searching. With Rakuten, you're always saving at your favorite stores on the things you're already buying. Cashback is automatically added to your account as you shop, and you get paid with gift cards, PayPal, or check. Or eligible American Express card members can even choose to earn membership reward points instead of cashback. It's truly a no-brainer. Now's the time to join. Up to 15% cashback ends on 12/2. Plus, new members will receive a welcome bonus after minimum qualifying purchases. Just go to Rakuten.com, download the app, or install the browser extension. That's RAKUTEN. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello and welcome back to the King of Hearts podcast, hosted by me, Chiara King. Today we have a special guest. He's actually been, how long have we known each other?
About 5-6 years.
More, I think, since like 2018, 17?
Yeah, I remember when you were doing your Miss Universe.
Oh,
I think it was slightly after there, Miss England.
Yeah. Okay, so probably 5-6 years. So this is Ton. Welcome, Ton, to the pod. You are a creative, You work in social media, you do marketing, you do loads of fun things, acting.
Yeah, I'm a jack of all trades, they say.
Jack of all trades.
Hopefully a master in some, but that's not for me to judge. But yeah, so I have my own production company where we do short films, feature films, documentaries, all that sort of stuff. That's what I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah, you've been doing that for years, no?
Yeah, well, it's been a progression.
Because
I've been working as like an editor for certain companies and then social media marketing for certain influencers and stuff. So it's kind of gathered all of those things that I've learned along the way and using it in my own stuff.
Nice. Well, today Ton is actually here. You're here for other reasons. Obviously, my pod's all about love, relationships, dating, heartbreak.
Heartbreak, that's the one, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, considering we've both been through a very similar situation, maybe not as yours is quite different to mine, but it's kind of similar in the essence of things. Today, we're going to be talking a bit about, breakups. Also breakups and when you have children as well.
Yep.
Obviously, Ton, you have a kid.
I have a 3-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And a 10-year-old stepdaughter as well.
Wow. So that's crazy. I mean, obviously my situation's very different. There were no kids involved. I feel like the moment there's kids involved in a relationship, the whole relationship becomes a lot more serious. And then the consequences of breaking up are also a lot more, you've got to deal with more people. It's not just you and another person. You've got more humans to deal with.
100%. And then there's the backlog as well, because when you don't have kids, you can literally just block someone, delete them from your life and not speak to them again. But I mean, we'll delve into that a bit later as well.
Toxic.
But obviously with children, you have to co-parent, and there's that then relationship that develops from that. So we can discuss that as well, which I think is could be quite interesting.
Very interesting.
If you love me, let me fly away. Maybe I'll come back to you. Maybe I won't.
We're going to do our quote of the week. And actually, Ton does a bit of poetry. So he's going to be telling you a little poem about...
Oh, we're going to jump straight into it.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, why not? It's
the
first thing we usually do in the app. So
perfect. All right. So this is a little poem that I wrote.
What's it about?
So it's very short. It's maybe a few lines. So it'll be quite quick. And I wrote this because in previous relationships, or maybe one relationship, I felt like I had to be someone else, like not myself, in order to make the relationship work.
I feel like a lot more people than you think have gone through that.
100%, and
including myself.
Yeah, and you hold on to this expectation of this relationship. You want it to work so badly, and you change certain qualities. You allow certain things to happen, which you may
usually wouldn't. Yeah,
exactly. And then you almost change as a person. So this is just about that, and it's like I said, it's very short. So here goes. Roses are red, but violets aren't blue. They're purple, but it doesn't rhyme with you. So I bent the truth, I will admit, and called them blue to make it fit. But if the shoe doesn't fit, it is the wrong shoe. And if it feels forced, it's not for you. So roses are red and violets aren't blue. And if I can't be me, I can't be with you.
Oh, mic drop. Mic drop. Mic drop. Oh my God.
Yeah. So that was just getting that off my chest a little bit.
That's one of the best poems I think I've ever heard in my life.
Oh wow, I'll take that.
No, genuinely.
I'll take it.
That really touched my soul, because I've been in that situation. I think if you're listening right now and you've been in a situation where, you change yourself to be in a relationship with someone, but then you end up losing yourself.
100%.
And you don't know who you are anymore. That happened in my last relationship. I lost myself completely.
How did you feel you lost yourself in that?
I became depressed. Yeah, I felt like I felt trapped in that relationship where I almost felt smothered with love, that it almost felt like I was in a box and I couldn't escape it. And I feel like the key to being happy in a relationship is feeling free.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just felt like I was in a box.
Yeah. Do you feel he put things in place to try and keep you in there,
yes,
so you don't kind of flourish? And yeah. I mean, I've seen it happen to many women, family members and stuff, where I think men get a little bit, they feel like
they want to control you.
They want to control you because they feel like you're just going to go off, and
that's how
they're trying to literally trying to hold on and stuff.
Yes, that is exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
And then I ended up just losing myself, and the shoot didn't fit anymore, and it's sad, but sometimes this is how life goes, and sometimes you have to kiss a few frogs in order to find your prince or princess. And I'm 25, Wait, how old are you now?
I'm 32.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah, we'll not talk about that too much.
I mean, you're still really young.
Yeah, no, I feel young.
My ex is 34, so
right.
He's 2 years older than you.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, my partner's 24, so she's younger. Yeah, but she's very mature for her age.
Yeah.
And I feel like maturity is not necessarily it's about age. It's about how far you've met yourself, or the self-development that you've done.
Yeah.
And people can go through that process a lot earlier than others, and there's people my age that I know that are just not mature at all.
I know,
because they haven't dealt with their traumas, or they haven't dealt with the things in their life that are hindering them from being who they should be.
Yeah, and maturing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I love that quote. Like, can you send it to me?
100%.
I love it. Oh my God, it's so good.
Amazing. I've got so many more, maybe similar ones as well.
You should do poetry nights. Oh, you do?
Do you know what? So I have been booked recently. I've done a couple. Because I do a lot of poetry and stuff from my short films and stuff that I create, and I post online, and I've been working a lot with the trauma-informed space, so organizations and places that deal with trauma as a topic, and a lot of my poetry has been around that
trauma.
So, about trauma and what we go through in our childhoods and how it can affect us later on in life. And I'm actually creating a documentary separately about that, about how our childhood experiences can affect our mental health growing up, because
Massively.
through my 20s, I suffered so badly with anxiety and depression and social anxiety.
Yeah, I suffer so bad with anxiety.
You know, and you go to the doctors and they prescribe you pills, or they put it down to, you know, you got anxiety or depression, but it doesn't get to the root on why.
Yeah, it just prolongs it. You know, you just take the pills to feel numb.
100%.
But then when you get off them, you still have to deal with what you were going through before. It's almost just like a delay button.
Yeah, exactly. And look, some people do need that in what they're dealing with, but it's not the solution. And yeah, so I've been on this journey of doing that, and I've been booked in Trauma Conference to do some of my poetry and stuff. Yeah, but I want to do more like open mics and stuff as well.
You should.
Yeah.
I'll send you something.
Watch this space 5 years from now. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So let's get into the main grittiness of what we're here to talk about, which is breakups. But I want to hear, well, everyone, you have all heard my story many times. TikTok's heard my story, Instagram and whatever. I'm kind of done talking about breakups for me, but I want to hear, because obviously I don't think people really hear about a man's perspective going through, you know, a breakup, going through, you know, what you've been through. And I think it'll be nice to hear, especially if you're a woman listening, even a man, like obviously most of my viewership is women, but it might be nice to hear from a man's perspective that, you know, men have feelings too.
Definitely.
And
100%.
Yeah. So
yeah, we don't share really.
No, you don't.
There's a lot of our relationships and friendships with other guys, and, you know, some people may have with women as well, but we don't tend to open up about those things. We talk about the footballer, we talk about the experiences as opposed to like how we're really feeling. And those can be quite uncomfortable. But yeah, so me and my ex, we split up in...
When were you, how long were you together? How did you meet?
We were together for 4 years, and
I remember seeing her on your socials.
Yeah. So we were together for 4 years, and we were on and off a lot of that time. You know, we found it very hard to...
Like a
have
twin,
good it was like a twin flame relationship. And for those that don't know, there's a lot of, it's almost like facing a mirror in certain things, and it's very hard to work through a lot of the issues and the problems. But sometimes obviously we'd do that, there'd be a massive eruption or a fire, and then we'd get back together and they'd be amazing because we'd worked on certain things and it was better than ever. There was a lot of that repetition.
Are you both Scorpios or something?
I'm a Scorpio and she's a Sagittarius.
Oof.
So she was on the cusp.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
that is fuego.
So fire and water.
Scorpio to me is like fire.
Really?
My mum's a Scorpio. Scorpios, you guys are intense.
Well, I'm definitely very intense.
Yeah. I love my mum, don't get me wrong, but she is the most intense person I know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I need to breathe for a sec.
Yeah. And she's a Sagittarius who like to be free and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not like I want to put a hold on her, but she did actually say sometimes that she felt like I was doing that.
You can't help
so
it.
on reflection, but not even necessarily intentionally. So we were together for 4 years.
Yeah.
It was this kind of relationship where she was a psychic medium and very much into energy reading and all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
And I'm an empath. I can feel energy. I feel people's auras. I feel on things as well. And having
I remember you did Reiki on me.
Yeah. Oh, did I do it on you as well?
Session.
Yes, I'm a Reiki healer as well. Yeah,
I don't remember a Reiki thing. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. How did you feel after that? I can't remember it. But
honestly, I didn't feel much.
It doesn't necessarily mean, but it doesn't necessarily mean it hasn't worked.
Yeah, I wasn't open, I think. And so because obviously in Reiki, you don't actually touch someone. You just put your hands above
you can
skin.
touch. I think I did. I normally do the touching, but maybe I didn't do it.
Going around the face.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so we're both empaths, so we both feel energy, and sometimes that caused a bit of fire. Yeah. So obviously a year in, we have a child, and
crazy. Was that planned, having the baby?
It wasn't. We didn't say we were going to have a child, but we were less.
You were kind of so in love that you were like, whatever.
We were less cautious about, about getting pregnant.
Did she have contraception?
No. No, I know. Yeah. But look, at the time.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. And look, my daughter's the most special thing in my life, and I'd never regret that, despite the relationship that me and her mother have at this point in time. But so we had a child. Pregnancy, she was ill pretty much every day.
No.
Yeah, from my point of view, I was like looking after her and then trying to be the breadwinner and work and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and then when Aurora was born, my ex had postnatal depression.
Shit.
So it was just dealing with all these different emotions and stuff. And from a man's point of view, it's like having to be the breadwinner, having to deal with these emotions, and then myself bottling up, not having anyone to talk to about these experiences.
As a man, yeah. Do you feel like you can't speak to anyone about it?
Yeah.
Did you have a therapist?
I didn't have a therapist, no.
So who did you speak to?
I didn't really.
Didn't speak to anyone?
My ex was my first point of contact to speak to, but sometimes
you can't do that.
Exactly. So I didn't have anyone really. But around this sort of time, I was starting to create this documentary that I'm making at the moment. So I was speaking to trauma therapists and specialists, and a lot of these interviews I was doing with them was very healing because I was learning so much about how these things work and how to deal with your emotions, and I was able to open up a little bit. And yeah,
she had postnatal depression, an awful pregnancy.
Yeah,
she obviously probably didn't know how to deal with it.
No,
and then
look, I wasn't, and I don't think I maybe reacted in a great manner in a lot of ways as well because everything was too much for me. We were just very much on and off for a long period, trying to make it work even more. Like
from the baby being born, it was on and off.
We would have split up maybe 2-3 years ago if it wasn't for my daughter.
Wow.
Because I'm trying to make it work.
Yeah.
And then not compromising on certain things because I'm like, well, she's not compromising, so I'm not going to compromise, and vice versa. It's that stubbornness of like, well, not wanting to. And then it got to a stage where the last maybe few months where I was like, right, I'm going to give this my all now, which I feel anyway, I was giving it my all, but in a sense of I'm going to forget about my compromises. I'm going to give her everything that she's saying she wants from the point of view of providing emotionally, all that sort of stuff. And it was, in my opinion, it was thrown back into my face in a big eruption, which happened in front of the kids. And then I was just like, you know what? I can't have that anymore. I have to do better for myself. And by this point, I was 17 and a half stone. I lost myself completely, wasn't taking care of myself. And
when was this?
This was last year. This was December, or no, just the beginning of December, end of November.
Oh, so like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Fuck. And you lost all that weight.
I've lost about 3 stone. And then I just made a promise to myself that I'm just going to direct all of that negative energy that I have, all that, all that fire in me, that anger, that frustration into just personal development. So that was just hitting the gym every day. Like this week, I haven't been to the gym. It's my first week I haven't been to the gym since November, and just literally direct all of that energy into just trying to make myself feel better. And that literally, the gym saved my life. Wow. Because I would have turned to, which I have done in the past, self-soothing with alcohol or drugs or, all these things which aren't going to help me in the long run, but in the short run, it will, help me escape.
I've been there too, I've been through breakups and then...
Have you?
Yeah, have I?
We're just going to take a pause there and we'll be back after this break.
I want to unpack that.
What, all my breakups?
All your breakups, all your relationships.
Choice in men. Which one?
Why do you think you have a bad taste in men?
I think, do you know what? I was actually talking about it with my stepdad yesterday, and we had quite a heartfelt conversation. It was Father's Day yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad. Like, he brought me to the side and he was like, I just want to say, I'm so sorry for not being more of a father to you, because I felt like I had to step back in order for, your actual dad, because you don't know, it's hard as a stepdad. And I completely understand where he's coming from, because, you don't want the dad, actual real dad, to feel intimidated by the stepdad. So he just gave space for my dad, my actual dad, to be my dad. But he regrets, not being more protecting me more. And I feel like I have 2 dads, but it's like when you have lots of jobs, you don't do one of the jobs. You don't do any of the jobs really well. You just do them. You're more
diluting
half.
It because you're having to do this.
So so I have 2 dads, but it's like I never really had that one strong, solid dad there. I just had 2. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love both my dads. How did that
conversation yesterday? How did that make you feel when your stepdad opened up?
It felt amazing.
Because a lot of the times and I know from my experience, a lot of people with their parents, a lot of the trauma and the stuff that stays in you is because of the fact that the parents don't take accountability, and there's a rupture there, but they don't repair it.
I don't think it was their fault though. I think, it's not, you know, it's not my stepdad's fault. It's not my dad's fault. I think it's just the circumstances of my parents being divorced.
Did you feel like you had an emotionally available father figure growing up?
Yes and no.
Well, what's the yes and what's the no?
The yes is like obviously I was living in Portugal for a bit. So my dad was there, but then wasn't physically there. And then when I came back to the UK, my dad had loads of girlfriends. And I felt like emotionally I wasn't the center of his world. But having said that, you know, I am the center of my dad's world. It's just like I couldn't deal with the fact of my dad having another woman in his life.
Of course. And as a young girl, you want to be the center of your dad's life. And even if you were, like you say, you feel like you were, but you just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it.
100%. Now, the reason why I'm asking is because from what I've learned, women who have fathers who are not necessarily completely emotionally available tend to go for men that are also unemotionally available or have these characteristics that narcissistic, or maybe that don't make you completely the center of attention, or the flip side, maybe too much, because that's what you've lacked in that relationship. So that's why I'm asking. And do you feel that resonates at all with?
100%. I feel like my relationships after I left for university, because like me and my dad lived together before I left school, and then when I left school I was at uni, I was on my own. That's when I started getting into relationships. Before that, I wasn't really interested in guys until I was 19.
Right.
I was just not like interested at all, because I had my dad, like had school, like I was more focused on that. But then when I went to university, I just felt lost, and I felt like also my dad wasn't there, my stepdad wasn't there. Like I just feel like I didn't have that emotional support from like a father figure.
Do you feel like you're filling a void by then the men entering your life?
Yeah. And then just like my taste in men, I was looking for guys. Firstly, my first love, he was super emotionally unavailable. Super. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, I've never loved anyone more in my entire life than I have him. Like I've only been in love like once.
That first love is raw, isn't it?
That first love.
It's like the ripping open of the heart and just pouring everything into it.
Yeah. I was anxiously attached, and he was avoidant.
Right.
So I was the runner and he was the chaser. And that's, you know, looking back on it, you know, I
he was chasing you, you were chasing him, and
chasing him.
So you were the chaser and he was the avoider. Yeah.
All the way.
That's it. And he's going to, did you give you a little bit, and then you string a little nugget to kind of keep you there, and then.
Yeah. But then it went flipped to then me being avoidant, because I got so heartbroken from that breakup.
Yeah.
This was like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
That I then became avoidant.
Right.
And then any guys that were like nice or whatever, they were more anxious. Like my ex, I think was more anxious, and I was definitely more avoidant. And we spoke about it. Like this is open knowledge. Like we had this conversation. I was like, I just want to run.
Yeah.
I just felt that. I was like, I don't know why. I just want to run.
I think that's so important to be honest with those feelings and emotions, so then you can unpack them.
Yeah.
You know, so many people avoid those feelings, and then the other person doesn't know. You know, you don't know what's going on. Yeah. When you're able to talk about them and speak about how you're feeling in those times, you can then talk through it. Yeah. And then unpack maybe where is that coming from? Why do I want to run? What emotion am I feeling, or trying to stop myself from feeling, from getting myself hurt? Yeah,
I think because like my ex, my first love, was so avoidant that I went then and flipped the switch and went for someone who was too coddling. He was too smothering. Like he literally smothered me every day with like, I love you, this. He told me I love you after 2 days.
Right.
You know, of knowing me. And I was like, oh, he loves me. But like, that's not normal, right?
Yeah, no, that's not necessarily love.
It was very love bomby. Like, I'm obsessed with you, like this, from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And it was the opposite of what I had with my first love. It was like the opposite. Like I was the first one to say I love you in my first like love relationship. But now I'm, you know, obviously on my own, and very much, I mean, obviously if the right person comes along, but I think I have so much work to do on myself right now.
100%. I feel like in order to attract the love that you want and deserve,
you have to become it.
You need to become it and give it to yourself first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to keep attracting people that you're trying to fill a void for, and it's never going to be enough, and you're going to keep going through the same pattern. Because what I've seen from your relationships, there seems to be a pattern that keeps repeating because you haven't dealt with that underlying thing of I need to heal that thing that I'm trying to latch onto. And I feel that does come down to the relationship to your dad.
Yeah.
So speaking to a trauma-informed therapist or somebody where you're able to unpack that and really be okay with it and heal from it and accept that period in your life or whatever period in your life it was and process it. And I bet you £1 million when you do that and you're okay with yourself and then you don't need somebody else in your life, then you're not going to, all those red flags that pop up, you're not going to take them because you know in yourself, I deserve better. I'm going to give myself better. And
yeah, I definitely, my, I was colorblind for many years. So I never saw red flags. I saw them as green. I was like, yeah, green flag. He loves me.
But sometimes a red flag can be attractive. And that's what we find. We find I can relate. I've been attracted
with me. Like,
yeah, exactly. And you'll play on it, and it's
that's
it's quite
not
sexy
normal after a day.
No, exactly. And sometimes the sex might be great because of it, and it's because it's that kind of like something different, and it's naughty, and you shouldn't have it. But once you're able to kind of see that for what it is, and a lot of it comes from your own intentions. You don't heal from it, and then automatically you don't accept it. You almost have to, when you see it, talk yourself into it and go, right, nope, Chiara, that's not good for me. That's not going to be good for me.
Temptation's all around.
I know. Well, listen,
that's life, isn't it?
When you're ready in yourself to do that.
Yeah, I know.
And I've a lot of my relationships, I've been the toxic one so many times because I haven't been able to face myself and face the things that pop up or the traumas that I dealt with in my life because of my ego, and that was a massive thing. But once I was able to work on that ego, literally strip it down to smithereens.
How did you do that? So was that after you and your ex broke up? That's the kind of work you've been doing?
Yeah, but it's been a process from before then as well. I think before my last partner, I've been working on myself.
It's
and
weird
within
though,
that,
because you work on yourself and then you still meet someone that rips you up. You know? Like I was working on myself before I met my ex, this current ex. I went on a retreat. I was like super high vibration. Like I was meditating every day. I was working out every day. And then he came into my life. Yeah. And like, how did that happen? Like, if you're so healed, how then do you attract someone that's
healing's a
narcissist?
Healing is an ongoing process. I think healing it's going to take forever to completely do. You can never be completely healed. But also, narcissists are attracted to empaths because the empaths can see the good in them. So they're attracted to that. And then you can see the good in them. You see that heart that they may have deep down and you're in love with their potential or who they can be. And that's when it's like, right, I see that person. Then you're trying to get that person out and you get so frustrated when they're not that person. Yeah. So you need to take things at face value. In my opinion, don't take words. You don't listen to words. Look at actions and how they do. And if someone's love bombing you, you got to kind of think, why are they doing that? What's their ulterior motive? What's their intention? And they might not be doing it as consciously, but it's just something that they're used to doing to get in their own way. Yeah. Yeah. Now, if someone says, I love you after 2 dates, it's a goodbye, babes. No, that's it. It's a goodbye. See you later. Love is not, for me, love is not necessarily, it's an emotion that you feel, but it's an action. It's I want to make this person's life better. It's a choice. And it's a choice, exactly. Love is a choice. You 100%. Choose to love someone every day, 100%. When you're in a long-term relationship, I mean, I can't speak from experience. I haven't been in a relationship for more than like 2 years. And that 2-year relationship was on and off. I can't really speak from experience. Yeah. But like, I'm speaking to my best friend. She's been in a relationship for like 4 years. And I'd consider that as a long-term relationship. Yeah. And she was like, listen, he pisses me off sometimes. He honestly drives me up the wall. But I just know that, I would choose him every day over anyone else. And I was like, oh, that is love. That is love. 100%. 100%. And it's taking, everybody as a whole. And 100%. So how did you heal from your last relationship? Working on myself. And what did that entail? Just hitting the gym? For me, it was be hitting the gym. Not completely just hitting the gym. It was having a reflection as well and going, okay, I'm not a complete saint. where did I show up in that relationship toxic, or where didn't I give my all?
Did you do that with a therapist or?
No, for me, I just
haven't gone to therapy.
Not since that. No, I haven't.
Really?
I've been to therapy, but I haven't been since then.
Since November.
I do a lot of like, well, not anymore, which I should do more of, but like journaling. So writing things on a piece of paper and just kind of making sense of certain situations, blocking out all other people, whatever people are saying. Everybody has their opinions on certain things, and
everyone brings their own life,
their own agenda and their biases.
Self.
Exactly. So just kind of just listening to my own heart, and then just working on myself. So that's making myself feel good. So that's eating well, that's going for walks, that's going to the gym, that's doing the healing work. So I did a couple of healing works, Reiki. I have a shaman as well that I do some healing works with, and just doing that. And I've met someone.
So you're in another relationship.
I'm in another relationship. Some may say it's early, and I was not even looking for someone. Yeah. I did not want to go into a relationship. I was not almost done with relationships because I do want to get married eventually, obviously to the right person.
You proposed to your ex?
My ex, yeah. So I was engaged.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that a last minute fight resort to like, let's try and hold this down?
Do you know what? I don't want to say yes, because at the time I feel like I did want to. I did feel a bit of pressure at that time to do it because it was something that she wanted to do. We had Aurora as well, my daughter. Would I have proposed if she didn't want it so badly? Maybe. I'm not saying a yes or a no, but I think it'd be unfair to say that. But yeah, it was almost like maybe things would change. You know, maybe things would be different after this. And
putting a ring on it makes things worse. I'm not going to lie.
Have you been engaged?
No, but I just, I've been proposed to. Yeah. No, I haven't.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No man's ever proposed to me, and I'm glad. Yeah. Every time there's talks about it, I'm like, ain't no way. Especially if I think the only person I like wanted to marry me was my first love, but I was just so young and naive. I was so in love with him. I was like, oh my god, I would literally do anything for you. Like, let's just get married. He was the only person I wanted to marry me. But I feel like putting a ring on it puts so much pressure. Like, marriage is way more pressure. Yeah, that's just like a pressure cooker.
The thing is, we didn't necessarily start planning a wedding. It was more just for the status of it. We're engaged. It's the next step from a relationship.
What does that
and I feel like she wanted that, and she felt like she needed that. And like I said, I did want to at the time as well. It wasn't like I didn't want to. It wasn't necessarily, I wasn't forced into it. It was a decision where I was like, okay, yeah, I feel like this could be the next step. And obviously not, because we're not together now. We're never going to get back together.
Yeah. And so now, when did you meet your current girlfriend?
3 months ago. It was like 3 months after, like I said, it's very
quick.
It is very quick. It is very quick, and like I said, it wasn't something that I wanted to. Yeah. It wasn't something that I planned. I was not looking for a relationship. I met her on a dating app. Can I mention names?
Why not?
Well, it's more of a hookup site as opposed to like more of a as opposed to like a dating site. It's called Field.
Oh my god, I know it.
You know it, yeah.
I literally heard about it for the first time.
It's a sex positive app.
Maybe I think I heard about it last week.
Right.
I was talking to a friend and he was like,
don't do it.
Oh yeah, my friend's on Field. I was like, what's Field? He was like, it's like a hookup thing.
Yeah, it's more of it's a sex positive where people are not necessarily looking for relationships. People have like their own kinks and quirks and all that sort of stuff and looking for certain things. And
you were on there.
I was just ready just to kind of get myself out there and start dating again. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I just wanted to.
I haven't opened a single date. I haven't. No, really? I cannot. I'm like literally not in the mental capacity.
Do you know what it was?
I'm still. I was still traumatized, and it's been 3 months.
But yeah, 3 months is a very quick time, but in my mind, the relationship was done before that last eruption of like I have to leave now.
Okay, so
I'd already grieved the relationship
in the relationship
maybe a few months before then. Yeah, so it got to a stage where, I don't want to be too graphic, but we weren't being romantic with each other anymore, sexually, physically, emotionally. It just got to a stage where it was like I'm literally getting nothing from this relationship.
Hence, Field came quite quickly.
And then I was just like, I'm ready. Like,
when you were single, you're like, let's get Field.
And then it was like, and it'd been like 8-9 months since I'd actually. Been touched.
No.
And, I was starting to feel myself. I started to get a 6-pack and I was like, I'm ready to kind of get out there,
You're happy now with your...
So I met this lady on the app and I thought I was being catfished because she's beautiful. the profile was just matched so many different things that I liked. She was spiritual as well. And I was like, all right, okay, maybe this is maybe too good to be true.
Yeah, my mum always told me if it's too good to be true, it's usually not true.
That's what I thought. And then we matched, and then I didn't message straight away because I was thinking it is a catfish, definitely. And then I was just bored one evening, and I just messaged her, and then she messaged back, and then I got her Instagram, verified that she was a real person. You know, you got to do that.
Yeah,
you got to check it out.
Yeah,
and then we went on a date, and then it was like after the first date, and this was the worst first date I think I've ever been on.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I was so nervous.
That you shat yourself?
No, I didn't. Honestly, it probably would have been better if I shat myself. I was just so anxious. I couldn't even like.
Oh.
And do you know what I said after at the end of the date? So it got to the end. We went for a drink. I picked her up after work. We went for a drink at like a gaucho pub not too far from where she worked. Had a couple of drinks. Obviously, I was driving, so I didn't get drunk or go over the limit. Then was like, we're hungry. Let's go to a pizzeria. So we went to a pizzeria not too far away.
That's not so bad.
It was nice. No, it was nice.
Doesn't sound like the worst date ever.
But I was just nervous. Do you know what it was? Because
so men get nervous too.
I built up, and I'm normally very good with women. Like I can chat to any woman.
Was she that hot?
She was, yeah. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, this is somebody that I could see myself with.
So you were like, shit.
I was like, shit. And at the end of the date, and she takes the piss out of me for it. I look at her, and obviously in my car, I'm about to drop her off, and I'm like, I really want to kiss her. But I'm like, it's a first date. If I go over for a kiss and she rejects me,
that's awkward.
It's awkward.
That's ick as well.
It's ick as well.
There's nothing worse than a man leaning in and a girl being like,
but what I did was probably even more of an ick. Because I looked at her and I go, do you kiss on the first date?
You asked her.
I asked her.
Kiss. Ton, you can't. Do you think that?
But no, but we're in a day and age, right?
I mean, if you really wanted, no, honestly, if a guy that I really fancied was like, "Can I kiss you?" Oh no.
Honestly, it was the worst.
I might be like, it's like, do you want to be my girlfriend? I'd be like, yes.
It was very awkward, but we're in a day and age where you need consent. You know, you need to like.
So you were like, I would like to kiss you.
No, not even that. Do you kiss on a first date? And she went.
That's not that bad though. That's not that bad. Do you kiss on a first date? It's like, do you have sex on a first date?
I mean, yeah.
Like
I didn't think it was that bad, but everything just kind of went silent for a second.
And did she say yes?
She said yes in the end.
And did you kiss?
And then we kissed, and yeah, it was nice. And it was a nice first day, and I dropped her off, and
now you're
got all giddy, and now we're 3 months in, and it feels like it's been like 2 years.
God, you love to jump straight in, don't you? You love
but I'm doing things. No, I don't.
I'm trying to take things slow.
Yeah.
If I meet someone, I'm like, oh my God, I fucking fancy them. I'm like, right, let's be friends first because I don't want to be making the same mistakes. I'm like you. In my past relationships, I'd meet them and then we get straight into a relationship.
Yeah.
Whereas now what I'm doing, well, I don't really have any opportunity to do it, but I'm saying to myself,
you're going to.
If I meet someone, I'm going to just, get to know them much, much slower.
Yeah. And what we were saying earlier as well, just focus on you.
Yeah.
Focus on your own mental health, your own physical health, bettering yourself, as a whole, your whole well-being.
Yeah.
And don't go looking for it.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong.
It will come to you.
Don't get me wrong. There have been guys coming to me. And
I'm sure.
Really good looking
I'm sure
ones.
of it. That's it.
And I'm like, holy shit.
Don't be fooled by the looks though.
But like nice personalities too.
Oh,
and
really?
I'm actually more into personality now than I am in looks.
Yeah, right.
Like for me, it's like what comes out their mouth than what is on their face.
100%.
And I'm like, oh my God, he's so fit. But then I'm like, Chiara, if it's meant to be, it will be just chill.
Yeah.
So then you're just like, I'll have a chat with them and then probably won't see them for a while.
That's it.
And then leave it at that. And what will be, will be. But I'm not putting any pressure on things. I'm just living my life. If you want to date me, then make the effort. And if not, take it slow and I'm living my life.
Where do you feel like in your relationships that you've turned up toxic?
A lot.
No, not like what certain characteristics of you that you feel like maybe you've not shown up.
Oh, I'm good at like being very cold, like a cold bitch. Yeah. Like I just will turn off my emotions. Like I remember with like
I'm
exes,
able to do that as well.
They would be like, oh my God, you're so cold. Like you won't even, like you're so cold.
What
I
will
can't
get you to
help
that?
it.
What will get you to that?
I just clock out.
No, but I'm saying what thing
if they
that
piss me
do
off. If they piss me off, I just
anything in general.
pull away. I just pull away. I don't even explain myself and I just leave.
Well, that's a defense mechanism, isn't it? That's to stop yourself from getting hurt.
Yeah, but we do have to stop.
We have to wrap up.
Yeah.
Lovely. It was a pleasure. I've loved it.
This has been such a nice... We haven't had a proper chat in
I know. I feel like we could have gone on for literally like 4 hours.
Honestly. But
that's it.
there you go.
There we go.
It's time.
That's the timer.
There we go. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of King of Hearts. Thank you, Ton, for joining.
You're welcome. I've enjoyed it.
If you want to check him out, it's Ton Mazzone.
So I actually deleted that Instagram account.
Did.
So it's Ton_Mazzone.mov.
Right, there you go.
That's Ton for Tango Oscar November.
Tango.
Yeah.
Oscar.
People think it's Tom when I say Ton.
Yeah.
But it's Ton short for Antonio.
Ton.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if anything resonated with you, give it a like, rate the show 5 stars, subscribe, follow, really helps with the pod. But yeah, I love you so much and I'll see you in next week's episode. Bye.
See you later.